FaZe, another vid. Wanted to watch this? 9 to 5 workers versus streamers debate. What is harder? Let's see what
How are you gonna disrespect your
they think about this argument.
mom like
No,
that,
she
dude?
is right now.
You're gonna disrespect your mom and say that your work is harder? That is so rude.
All right, can I talk?
Silky says on stream that a 9 to 5 is harder. There's no he's arguing otherwise.
Mom and say that your work is harder?
45 minutes. Let's go.
That is so rude.
All right, can I talk?
Hairspray.
Listen, so your whole
So
thing.
it's dangerous.
Listen, bet.
Your job is dangerous.
You would have to actually go to work.
You can't even
Went to school, and still.
and paid rent.
Yes, I still worked.
That's your choice.
You're high. You're hungover.
You guys are playing video games. I play video games on my spare time. I don't even enjoy streaming.
Oh, they're about to beef in this video, I feel like.
What's up? How's it going?
Same old different day.
Okay. All right. So my argument here is that streaming.
Round 1, Lacey has cultivated a substantial multi-platform audience with nearly 1.5 million Twitch followers, over 1 million on Instagram, around 2.3 million on TikTok, and approximately 217K on X. He joined FaZe Clan in May 2024, quickly gaining notoriety. It was almost a W. Notoriety through Fortnite and IRL streams.
And social media creation is harder than a 9 to 5.
Nah, it's not facts, bro. 9 to 5 is way harder, homie.
Why do you say that?
Because you gotta get up
You can't argue this unless you did both. I'm not gonna lie.
every motherfucking day, go to the motherfucking bullshit job and slave for fucking pennies.
See, that's the thing is you're right. You get up every day, you go through the motions. You don't have to get a good night's sleep. You don't have to be focused. You don't have to be locked in. You wake up, you go, you flip some patties,
Nah,
maybe
That's facts. That's facts. I currently do both. That's facts. Lacey had a good point.
because you don't have to be
I'm not saying being a streamer is easier though.
locked in. You wake up, you go, you flip some patties,
Nah,
maybe you sign a few envelopes, answer a few phone calls. With streaming and social media creation, you have to be on your game 24/7.
Depends your
It's
job,
switch
bro.
that
When
never
you're a
turns
mail
off.
carrier, I'm a mail carrier, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. I get treated like shit every
Mail
motherfucking
carrier.
day.
We
I'm
have to
still
deal with
slaving.
thousands,
Thousands of people in chat.
tens of thousands of people
Bullshit.
critiquing every little thing we do, every
Man.
decision
That's
we make,
facts,
every
damn.
thought we
You guys
have.
got it made, man. I wish I had it made like y'all.
We don't have
I
to go
wish.
sign a few envelopes and put them in a mailbox.
Man,
We
you
have
got
to
it
be,
gravy, bro.
What's the next trend?
Because
What's the
the
next
shit I
idea?
go through every
Oh my
day,
God, I
man,
have to
I got
stream
dogs.
They got it made because they make a lot of money. That's what it is.
today.
And I got dogs that want to bite my ass
And
every
you have lunch
day.
breaks. You have lunch breaks. We don't have breaks. We're on 24/7.
You got
You can eat lunch and watch a video. Like you could just watch this video, start streaming because they don't want to work a 9 to 5. Yeah, that's facts. I don't know what he's talking about lunch breaks. I could eat my lunch right now. Watch this video, boom, thousands of viewers, thousands of dollars.
High energy, 24/7.
I wish I could be at home like you and get back and get paid big
We're
money.
not even at home. We're walking around.
Man,
We're walking
I
around
wanna
doing
do
things,
all of
going
that
to
because
parties, doing
the
all this
shit,
stuff.
I gotta slave just for not even 100,000 a year. I gotta work double overtime. Bullshit.
Because of money though, like that's why you can't argue this. It's because you gotta work double overtime because you're not making enough money. You could stream and make the same amount you're making and argue the same shit.
Okay.
Like, oh shit, I gotta stream 12 hours so I can get ad revenue to actually pay rent this month.
What about this? You're guaranteed to get paid. You have a
No, I'm not.
steady rate.
If I don't work, I don't get paid.
If they don't stream, they don't get paid. What are you talking about, bro? It's just you guys are arguing jobs. That's like arguing being a mailman to being a fucking lawyer. This doesn't make sense.
As simple as that.
Yeah, but you have a guaranteed
Guaranteed pay if you
No,
work.
I
That's
don't.
your decision. If
They're
you go
both
I
live.
gotta
jobs.
work at the job
You
for
If I don't go
years.
live, I don't
Just
get paid
to
either.
collect.
We don't got to deal with people spamming L's.
Yes, we have people in the chat spamming L's. Oh, this is boring. We don't like this. You have to create content. Imagine you have to be high energy. Oh, hey guys, how's it going? You guys like this stream?
That's me 24/7. I'd rather do that.
So why don't you become a streamer?
Man, that's what I want to do. F that. F this 9 to 5 shit.
If streaming is so easy, how come every single person in this seat is not a streamer?
People are lazy. They want to put in the work.
That's their fault.
I get called fat all
You just helped his argument by saying people are lazy. That's why they don't be a streamer. Because it's hard. You're too lazy.
Streamer.
People are lazy. They want to put in the work.
That's their fault.
I get called fat all the time.
Oh, so what? I can call fat and chubby. All my homeboys call me chubby, fat,
Well,
whatever.
That's your homeboys, though. I'm going to keep it a buck. That's your
Yeah.
homeboy.
Yeah, and you right, homeboy. You right. But check this out. My nigga, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to go out there and get that bag.
I think she's got something she wants to say.
Oh my gosh, wait, we're seeing a flag.
Unfortunately, these flags are actually useless. We decided to use a timer instead because we suck at explaining things.
All right.
So you
She's
raised
mudded.
your flag. Is there a reason you did
Yeah,
that?
because I was actually a cook for 15 years. So that means for 15 years, I had to get up practically every day, get dressed, go to work, and I had to deal with not only adults, but I also had to deal with children.
We deal with children every day, too.
We deal with tens of thousands of children and adults.
The Lacey Thugs are. Do you not know who the Lacey Thugs are?
I can't go out in public without 10 kids coming up and asking for a picture. Do you know how hard that is of a life?
Isn't that
That is
special?
difficult.
How long do you think this is going to last?
Forever.
Forever.
You think this
hopefully.
is going to last forever?
I hope so. You just proved my point for me. I don't have that security that's going to last forever. Having a job, being a
why
cook,
you gotta
you have that security of, oh, I have a job, I have a degree, I have this. This could end for me tomorrow.
Hypothetically, if you all of a sudden you lost all your followers, what would you do?
I know what he'll do. Get up.
No, I'm asking
Trigger
him.
warning.
I'm asking him. What would
Job.
you do?
He'll get a
if
job.
you lost completely all your YouTubers, you had nothing. No one watched you anymore. I didn't even watch you anymore. What would you have to do? You would have to actually have to go to work. I'm just cussing you.
That's a slur. If I did lose all my followers, I would probably buy a couple houses and start my real estate empire.
Okay, so then you would have to actually go to work. You would actually have to go to the office.
And I would think that would be a much easier job than streaming.
You gotta go into your setup though and sit in front of studio lights and read the chat and be interactive. And
No, he lost everybody.
That's
He
a
lost
clown.
everybody. He has no followers
That's-
whatsoever.
you're-
He would
you're-
have to turn
yeah,
around.
but you're proving my point.
You would have
You're
to turn
proving my
around.
point. You're proving my point on why this is harder because I could lose it all
Yeah,
tomorrow.
but you could lose it tomorrow.
If let's say you're a cook, right? Let's say you got fired. You have hundreds of people lined up. You can go cook over here, cook over there.
you could be a private chef.
You could be a private chef. Exactly. I don't have that
I
security.
was a cook in the school system. I cooked all frozen food.
But you still cook.
You still cook. You go cook for another school.
I think I saw a flag right here.
Flags. I see red flags.
I'm gonna have to backlight. Yo, Lacey, this is the truth.
Damn, is it all Lacey?
I think something you guys aren't taking into account. Say we get a brand deal, I gotta post on an Instagram story. I gotta go find the 4 local cans. I gotta make
That's a clown.
like I gotta make sure I get the 4 local can. And
Not to mention,
You have to do work. That's what we have to do.
it ruins our Twitter impressions too.
I gotta tag them.
And then that goes into falling off.
My name is Rhonda. I'm a registered nurse from the South.
Nice to meet you,
From
Rhonda.
Pineville,
From the South.
35 years ago, I decided to go to nursing school because I wanted to be a creative, I thought. I loved fashion, I loved acting, I loved singing. But in the South, whole lot of racism. Back in the 60s and the 50s, people didn't give a
so we're gonna
rat's
talk about-
ass if you created something, and they wouldn't support your business. So yes, a 9 to 5 is much harder. I had to work 7 to 3, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
I'll say my stance on this debate at the end of the video, but you don't think people are way more racist online than in real life nowadays? I don't know if she knows that.
I had to support my daughter.
Rhonda,
You get spoiled.
Rhonda, can I ask you a question?
Nope.
Have you ever done
You
it?
get spoiled. You get spoiled, and your mama and daddy keep giving it to you.
Rhonda,
Because
guys, I got a
did
question
it.
for Rhonda. I got a
did
question
it.
for Rhonda. Rhonda,
Yes.
have you ever done a subathon?
What's a subathon?
30
Deadass.
days straight,
24/7.
hours a day.
Day and night. No break.
We all streamed.
That ain't even healthy.
You're talking about working 7 to 3. You have 2 30-minute breaks throughout that. You get to go home afterwards, see your family, relax. We were on camera 30 days straight, no personal.
What
You know how
day
hard
were
it is
you a registered
to
nurse?
have.
When did you get a break? You clean boo-boo?
When have you ran a 3-minute ad?
You
When have
clean
you ever
up
ran?
vomit?
You ever ran a
This is so
3-minute
dumb.
ad?
Ashtrays? You
is so
short-handed.
stupid.
You
Talk about the
don't-
fake relationships that you have.
Oh my God.
Now keep.
It's fake
Think
on
about
social
this.
media.
Think about this. Imagine
Sure.
every little person, we call them parasocials. They judge your
Parasocials.
relationships. You can't go out to dinner or have a girl take a picture in your car without them finding out and judging
got
you.
caught with
based
my
on it.
ex
I
in
got caught with
public.
my ex, and I got treated like I was a pedophile for it.
But mental health. When you stop caring about what people think and what they say about you, do you. Do you? And that's a big problem with younger people. You care about what people think. Social media,
Yeah.
what they say about you.
That's our
That's
job.
our job.
You said you're a nurse, right?
35 years.
What do you think's harder? 24-hour open surgery, like when you're helping with, the doctor, et cetera, or a 24-hour stream?
24-hour open surgery.
Oh, bro.
Short-handed.
We're saving thousands, you're saving one.
Ready to breathe the flag. Oh, young dude, he's about to go off. Because he want to be a
30-day
streamer.
subathon, right?
Yep.
My argument is that none of you guys actually did any of the work during that, and it was
That's
all your
crazy.
filmers,
Is
your
he part
editors.
of the FaZe team?
That's crazy. That's crazy. They had to be on stream 24 times 30 days. They had to be on camera for 720 hours. And they didn't do any work. That's crazy.
Your producers, all these people back here are the ones doing the work. You guys just show up and have fun.
They didn't do anything.
It's a group project.
No, because here's the thing.
That's bad takes.
That's bad
That's
takes.
bad
That's bad takes. That's bad takes.
They wouldn't have any work if it wasn't for us, though.
I would even go as far to say as every person in this room, we keep them employed as well. Because here's the thing, we get sponsors from these companies that have 9 to 5.
I just realized what he said. That's crazy to say.
Because here's the thing, we get sponsors from these companies that have 9
Look
to
at
5s,
everybody's
right?
reaction.
These companies, hold on. These companies are not viable without influencers to push the brand and keep them in business.
Have you ever worked a real job?
No.
So how would you
See,
know?
I have worked a real job.
What was your real job?
I worked 8 months. I worked a double. I worked Walmart and Panera at the same time for a
Why
year.
is she laughing? Bro, nah, she making
And then they laugh at the job. You guys are arguing jobs, and you laugh when he's at a bottom feeder job. Nah.
Double. I worked Walmart and Panera at the same time for a
Why
year.
is she laughing? Bro, nah, she making me mad. I actually feel like they're wrong.
Round 2, Ron. Stable Ronaldo streams are high energy and entertaining, often featuring Fortnite gameplay, funny reactions, and interactive moments with fans. Known for his humor and loud personality, he keeps his audience engaged with constant commentary and viral clips. On Twitch, he boasts around 3.9 million followers, averages 23,000 viewers per stream. Why is Lisa still in the chair?
Hi, I'm Chris.
All right, Chris.
Why do you think a 9-to-5 job is not harder than what you do?
Well, you're guaranteed to pay.
Guaranteed to pay.
Yeah.
And that makes it harder?
Yeah. No, it makes it easier for you
Makes
guys.
it easier
Yeah.
because we have a guaranteed pay.
100%. You have
Makes
security.
it easier
Talk about
for
raises.
Makes it easier.
I'd say the counter argument would be that they also have a ceiling to, while streamers, like, there's no ceiling to how much you can get paid.
Easier for 9-to-5 people to have a job because their pay is
Yeah,
guaranteed.
when you go to work every day, everyone's
So you're
like,
basing the ease of a job just on somebody getting paid regularly? Is that what you...
well, let's just say that comes to perspective. If you say someone who works food, if you're someone who works a doctor, it's obviously different. But if you're talking abroad, 9 to 5, someone who doesn't need a degree, yeah, it's way easier than being a streamer.
How so?
Well, it's because you're guaranteed and you don't need any crazy knowledge. You don't need to go to school for most jobs, like certain things like a 9 to 5. If you wanted to go work at Foot Locker, I could go to Foot Locker, apply, and then next thing you know, I'm selling shoes for pay every single hour.
So according to you, a job is easier or harder based on the guaranteed pay? That's one aspect of it.
Working
right?
Ron's about to get cooked.
at
Yeah.
Feel
Foot
it.
Locker, working at a job like Panera or wherever Lacey is easier than a streamer, yes, because a streamer you have to come up with ideas, you have to stay relevant.
Oh, we're talking about ideas now. Okay,
Yeah,
we're talking about pay.
Okay, so what do you want to
that's
start with
one
though?
way that
But it
it's
doesn't
easier.
make. But
Well,
you're not
you started
even.
with
You're not
pay.
even. You keep switching it. So why
Oh,
don't
I'm
you
not
answer my
switching
question?
anything.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
100%
switch.
are.
Yeah.
So how is it harder
just
if you're
said-
guaranteed to pay? I worked for 4 years of streaming. I didn't make $1.
Well, what's your definition of hard? That's the thing. It's like what is
Stuff that you need
difficult.
creativity. You need
Okay.
to get out of your circle, comfort
Sure.
zone.
Yeah.
You need to be able to actually make people believe what you believe.
Why you
in the sense
waving
of
the
like,
flag?
oh, this is
He's
good content. Do you watch
explaining
any TV
himself.
shows?
I watch YouTube.
Okay, you watch
so
YouTube.
much YouTube.
So it's the same thing. So the people that
Absolutely,
you're
yeah.
entertained by are the people like us, just for a different audience.
That's true. But you're talking about entertainment as a job. We could talk about entertainment
This is entertainment,
as a job.
but this
yeah,
is entertainment.
entertainment
But
as
my
a
question
job
to you
doesn't have
is
any
why?
guarantees. Absolutely.
So do you truthfully, you could sit here and think that working at like a Foot Locker or something like that, I'm just using that because that's the best
Sure.
example,
Yeah, yeah.
is harder than a streamer?
It depends on what you are saying the word hard means to you. Because
In the
there's
sense
hard
of everyday
physically,
activity. Because
there's
some
hard-
people around here said, oh, I got to wake up at 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, we have to do the same thing.
Sure.
Some people do that.
take
And
his
you
flag.
deal with yourself.
No, we deal with millions
When
of people.
you're creating that content and you have your phone,
Okay.
you're dealing with you and yourself in that phone.
Okay, so what happens?
This way.
Not true.
Workers, and you're not
That's not
dealing
true at
with-
all. I have an
Okay.
editor that I pay who relies on me. If I stop doing
Which
any
is
type
later.
of content, he loses
So when
a job.
you go to your job, when you go to work, rather than punching a card, you pick up your phone or you turn on a camera.
Okay, so when you punch the card, let's say, who's above you? Your boss, right? What happens if he just takes the business and he says, oh, we're not doing it anymore? You lose your job.
If the work is picking up a phone or turning on a camera as opposed
Yeah, nobody's getting cooked here. I don't know what they're talking about.
to going in
Or
with
what
a
they're
bunch
arguing.
of people and having to multitask tasks you have to do throughout your shift
Yeah.
and deal with your
Tasks you gotta do
coworkers
throughout
and
the stream.
interpersonal thing. Tell me how much you do of that stuff while you are actually doing your job for however many number
Okay,
of hours that
perfectly.
you are talking and typing and shitting and eating and all that stuff that everybody's watching you do.
Go ahead.
No, but there's actually a mental aspect.
I understand that, yeah.
No. Let me hear me
Yeah,
out.
go ahead.
Camaraderie. Like you have like a group of people, like friendships, relationships, which is the most
Sure.
important thing in life. So do you build that with your coworkers and stuff like that?
Sorry, bye. See you later.
Seeing a lot of flags.
Well, what does the flag mean? Like to get their guy out of there? That's fucked up. Oh, a girl,
What's your name?
a young woman. She might go off here.
So I'm Angelina, and I work as an executive assistant.
You're right. You're right. She's right.
He's an idiot.
She's right. I'm not gonna lie. She's right. I look good though. Hey, we good.
All right, so you guys were talking about the mental aspect, and I thought that
She's right. She's
that
right.
was really interesting because as someone who works a 9 to 5, technically it's a 10 to 6, but I still have to clock in a certain amount of time. I come home, I'm too tired to cook. Fortunately, I have a beautiful girlfriend that does all of that stuff
Damn.
for me when I get home, but if I didn't, I would have to
Pay attention right here on the screen.
beautiful girlfriend that does all of that stuff for me when I get home. But if I didn't, I would have to cook for myself and get to bed in time and wake up in time to commute back to my job. You guys talk about for
Even brought
myself
it back.
and get to bed in time and wake up in
Caught
time to
him.
commute back to my job. You guys talk about how it's hard because there's a mental aspect. And I understand as someone who's been on social media a lot that you get
How long have you
berated.
been on social media? Just to get broad.
So I actually did content creation starting at the age of 14. When I moved to LA, I gained like 10,000 followers off the bat. And,
Okay, valid person to argue right there.
and I was very young and I started working with different brands.
Okay.
I totally understand the mental aspect. It's just that you guys can afford to say, hey, I'm gonna go wherever for 2 weeks, and that can be content, that can be your job, and you actually get to relax and travel the world and have other
So
opportunities.
you're just saying a lot of points.
There's no relaxation.
Just so I can answer a couple.
Mm-hmm.
So you were saying like to go back to the beginning, you were saying like you can manage like your time with like relationship. Was that correct? Like you have your girlfriend when you go home. Like
I fortunately have a support system, but I every day like ask myself how I would
so
have
I'll
been
give you
able
a
to do it
perfect
without.
example. So you said 14 you started. I started at 16. For about 3 years, I was making money, and it slowly went super up, and then all of a sudden it went down. Right?
Yeah.
I lost everything, fell off
was about to
completely.
though.
About to myself. It's a real story. This is a real story. This isn't a joke. Why are you smiling?
We've all been there. Every 9 to 5 worker has been there.
So
That's
going
why.
back to what you said, how you have a support system. I moved across the country from my parents at the age of 19, lived alone in an apartment, was paying a certain amount of money every single month, and I was losing money. I wasn't making enough money to pay my, like I had money in my bank for my rent, but I wasn't making
It was
more than my
serious,
rent.
yeah.
So I was losing.
You were in the red every
I
month.
was in the
I
red
got
every
you.
single month. Girlfriend broke up with me at the time, so alone
whammy.
across the country. So it's like when you're alone too and everything's going down, where's my support system?
I don't like why she laughing, bro.
So I have a question. You said that for the first 4 years you started streaming, you had
Damn,
no
they're nervous as hell, bro. These two white folk are fucking beaming red.
income. How are you able to survive?
I lived with my mom. I was 16.
So that to a certain extent is privilege.
That's privilege.
It is.
But my mom How's that privilege?
It's privilege because you have the support system to have a place to live.
Well, at 15, 16, I would hope I have parents that would live with me.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't, and they have to take 9 to 5.
That's a whole different discussion. So a lot of people don't have
Well, it all
houses.
depends, bro.
A lot of
When they
people
work
don't
9 to
have
5.
families.
You can't
that
argue your story, bro. We're just arguing like a general 9 to 5 against a general streamer. That's all you can argue.
support them or accept
But that's a
them.
whole different conversation. What does
You
that have to
can't
do with
argue personal points in this argument.
Because they still need to survive. So the fact that you were given
So
the
how did you move to
opportunity-
LA?
I moved across the country as well with my mom when I was 15 years old.
Do you not think that's privileged?
I mean, we moved into a 1-bedroom in Santa Monica and shared a trundle bed, so.
Okay, well, I was reselling shoes to afford my mom's mortgage and everything.
I get it. I've definitely helped my family out in times where I was able to, but I also had to have my family support me in order for me to have certain opportunities to make money.
Damn, so that means if they're waving the flag, that means get their person out of there, but they want somebody else to argue. That's fucked up.
Place. So if you didn't have content creation, what would you be doing?
It's a great question. I don't know, because I didn't set my goals that way. I set up my life to that. I know I would do what I want to do. If we all got paid the same every single month, let's say just in simple terms, we all got paid $100,000 a month. The crazy.
I would work at Foot Locker. If we all got paid the same, I'd work at Foot Locker.
Amount of money. Would you guys still, truthfully, I'm asking a serious question. Would you guys say that all of our jobs?
Nah, I'd stream. 100%. Because it doesn't matter what I'm doing. I could just watch videos like this and make the same amount of money as everybody else in the world. Yeah, I'd stream. Yeah. Hell yeah. What am I saying? Yeah, I'd stream.
Each other truthfully.
Yeah, if she was a nurse, she had to go to medical school for years just to be able to have her.
But
foot
she
in the
knew
door.
that.
But you don't get benefits and shit like. I mean, no, but he's saying the same amount of money. Okay.
She was getting security because she was going to be a nurse, correct?
Not secure.
How is it not secure if you knew what you were going to do?
Nothing secure.
Nothing's secure. You just proved my point. But you just proved my point.
No job is secure, but content creation gives you the ability to have those savings, to have an audience. And even if you do lose all your followers one day, even if
let's say I lost it all tomorrow.
You still have residuals of your previous viral videos. Even if people are hating on you and shitting on you, that's still adding to what goes into your pocket.
There's literally doctors who do one surgery and make hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Because they were trained for decades and they had to go to
So
school.
were we.
You went to school to be a content creator?
Streamer University.
Bro, this is stupid. Round 3 Adapt is a top-tier variety and arrow streamer averaging around 1,300 viewers per stream on Twitch with 930,000 followers and peaking as high as 45,986 concurrent viewers. FaZe Adapt is a key figure in FaZe Clan. He helped shape FaZe brand from its original stage to now.
How you doing, bro?
Good, how you doing?
Alex.
Gabe.
Gabe, how we doing?
I'm doing good. So first of all, I want to say I do respect all of you for what you do. I mean, you guys do work, but you do not work as hard as people who have a regular job.
You don't know that.
I mean, that I do know it for sure. It's very clear.
You don't know unless you do, bro.
People have to wake up and do their routine over and over again. It's not a daily thing, it's a weekly thing, it's a monthly thing, it's a yearly thing, it's a life thing. And if they screw up, they lose their jobs. And they always have to be careful because if they do something weird, they say something weird to their coworker or their boss, they're gonna lose their job. If you lose some followers because of something you say, you'll get other followers. And you have a large following enough where there's enough of a range of perspectives that people will always be on board for you as long as you're producing content. People who screw up at their jobs and lose their jobs, and maybe there's a recession, there's not a lot of jobs, as could be now, they get potentially homeless or worse.
Take this guy's.
They get potentially homeless.
Take this guy's flag away, bro. He's not letting anybody talk. Like, do you want to go? Do you want to go step up?
Worse.
You ever heard of cancel culture?
What's that? Yeah, of course I've heard of it. But how many people have been canceled and came back? I mean, it happens all the time. Your boss is not going to be loyal to you if you don't get that thing in on time 5 times.
Okay, but check it
you're
out.
done.
Okay, so listen. But to be able to get that loyal following of people that do follow you, you need to build that over years and years and years and hours of trust and communication and intimate relationship with your
getting mad.
audience.
Okay, so
that's not something that's just given to you. You don't just fall into 1 million subscribers, 2 million subscribers, 3 million subscribers.
Of course not. It takes work for sure. But what you guys are talking about in terms of like the toll it takes on you, a large part of it, and let me tell you something, I'm a little older than you guys, so a large part of it is just general angst from being young, and you just happen to have a camera in front of you and like talking to people or whatever, but at the same time, like, you're doing exactly what most people are doing, which is dealing with life stuff, and that's normal. Like the mental toll that it takes dealing with people and getting comments and this and that, that's what everybody deals with. But you don't have to wake up at 6 in the morning and get to your job and then be there and like be on the whole time, no matter what. Anyone who has a 9 to 5 has to do that.
I said, what do you do?
Well, I'm a college professor, so. I have to do that same
So
sort
you
of.
just gotta come in and teach the same shit for the next 10, 15 years?
Yes, you're right.
Come on, bro.
You're right.
You already know what you're doing.
We have to produce
Cook them. You can't do the same content over and over again.
new shit every day.
Cook
Me in
them.
particular, to Silky's point, you're a college professor, so you're essentially reteaching the same curriculum to the same students.
That I had to take
what I'm
years
saying?
to learn, but
you know
yes.
what I'm saying? But I started making content when I was 12 years old.
Okay.
It started out playing Call of Duty trick shotting.
You
I
were-
don't think
okay.
anybody in this room could hit a crane shot. I don't know. Anyone in this room.
He's a troll, bro.
I don't know if
So I
that's
had to
something to be proud of, but okay.
So I had to do that for 4 years,
Okay.
right? And then
That's
I'm
something to be proud of,
Then I had
for
to
sure.
do YouTube for 4 years,
Okay.
right?
All right.
And then I had to do FaZe Clan, build FaZe Clan out, fix FaZe Clan, and then
Okay.
do streaming.
Okay.
So
And
you're
with how many
constantly-
people helping you?
How many people helping me?
Yeah.
Come on now.
For which stages?
All of them. There were a lot. You had a team.
When I was trick
Yeah,
shotting,
but you make like, come on, bro. You make like you're running the college by yourself.
Yeah.
Come on now.
for which stages?
All of them. There were a lot. You had a team.
When I was trick
Was
shotting-
it just you? Like
No. It
Okay.
was just me. There's receipts of this.
It wasn't built on the shoulders of anyone?
There's receipts on YouTube of me.
Okay, well, where did YouTube come from?
When I was
How did
13
YouTube become so
when I was
easy?
13
Because
years
a
old.
bunch of people worked their butts off 9 to 5, making it a thing.
That's
and
what
if
you
it
did
didn't
in the
exist,
previous
if it didn't exist, you couldn't press play, you couldn't press record,
So the fact that
and
you
then
have
just
a-
talk.
The fact that you have a campus to teach on.
Yeah, you gotta wait
Yeah.
the
Boom,
fact.
then
Wait
there
the
you
fact.
go.
He's getting
Right, but I
cooked.
also
Yeah, I
had
have
to
a
spend
campus to
years earning my credentials and mastering.
And I did it.
Come on, guys. Your credentials are playing video games. I play video games on my spare time. Come on, guys.
So you
Video
just want to
games.
get paid to play video games. It's okay. We understand.
Damn.
I'm Vicky, and my perspective is coming from a hair and makeup artist, physical job. Doesn't seem like any of you guys can even compete with the physicality.
brother.
You guys this is.
I
this
know
is
how to do a 3-strand braid.
Just sitting on your butt and talking into a microphone
know.
is
So
very different.
So wait.
Very different than having to get up in the morning, carry all of your gear. You've got to carry
Is
all
she
of your
trolling?
hair, makeup, all of your supplies. You have to haul it around, get up early in the morning. You stand on your feet all
Bet.
day. You never sit down.
I hear you, I
You're
hear you.
I built a
breathing in,
house.
you're breathing in toxic chemicals all
I get-
day.
I guess you never sit down.
All right, can I talk? Can I talk?
Hairspray.
Listen, so your whole
So
thing.
it's dangerous.
Listen, bet.
Your
Just
job
chill,
isn't
chill.
dangerous.
So
your
thing
job
is-
isn't
your
physically
thing is
taxing. You're just talking into a
So
microphone.
bet. Listen. So your whole
She
thing.
doesn't get fat.
Your whole thing is we can't do what you do, right?
It's not
No, 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 no,
I'm
but
saying that
I
a
just-
9 to
y'all let
5
me talk for a
job where
second.
you physically have to do
So-
some hauling around stuff.
So
and
I physically
you're
can't
just
haul
talking
around
into a microphone.
bags of like makeup. You physically could never trick shot. You could not hit a crane shot. You can't. You can't hold a controller and make a 200K montage. You can't. No one in here. Come on, man. None of you could. None of you could physically
And you have
go
to do that for 12 hours a day.
Yes. Actually,
He's
yes.
taking him 4 days to hit a trick shot. It's taking you 4 days to hit a trick shot.
Actually, yes, I would have
Hours
to
a
do
day.
that.
And then your day is
Yes,
never
I
done. When you're
would.
done doing that, is your job done? Do you have to go shopping and replace
No,
all of the things
wait.
that you
You have
use?
to come up with something else to do.
No. Listen,
You have to
Vicky,
clean
listen,
all of
Vicky.
your gear.
You don't know about dry streaks. You don't know about hit markers.
But when you're done, you're
You don't know
done.
about if the Elgato wasn't on.
When
Can
you're
you
done, you're
imagine
done.
these
Oh
things?
my God,
disable
Oh, if the Elgato wasn't on,
How about if the
though?
Elgato
Oh
wasn't
my
on?
goodness.
When
Can
you're
you
done, you're
imagine
done.
these things?
Oh my God, disable Elgato? resample.
If I rendered my video in Vegas and I sent the editor the clips without disabling and resample,
Oh my God.
my montage is fucked. Your main underlining argument here is what you do is physically
Daily, day
more-
to day.
Okay. Your main thing is what you do is physically more taxing and hard
Yeah.
than what any of us
And
do.
dangerous.
I could say the same thing. You cannot physically
Depends what you do.
trick shot. You could never. I would go as far
Okay,
as
so
I don't.
how many hours a day do you trick shot?
I don't think.
How many hours
guys ever
a
do.
day do you trick shot? How many hours?
When I was trick shotting, it was 12 hours a day. It was however long I needed to. However
Every
long I
day,
needed
12 hours
to.
a day
However long I
trick-shotting?
needed to hit a clip.
12 hours a day, every day.
5 seconds.
And that clip is.
He carries a Barrett 50 cal and he jumps off of stuff.
I would have to get on Call of Duty, turn my sense all the way up to 1010. I would have to get to last. I would have to pray to God that he would be in the right spot, throw the concussion. Now I gotta have my rotations down. I gotta have my rotations.
Dead zones. Talk about the dead zones.
Talk about dead zone.
Stick drip.
Stick drip.
Thing is, for the most part, but that is not all YouTubers that are doing something physical. A lot of it is just talk.
But your job's not all jobs. That's what I'm seeing. I'm just watching the video, bro.
Yeah, but she also said it was dangerous. We could walk around.
Bro, this
IRL
guy,
stream,
send him
and
out.
someone
He
could
still
rob
didn't
us
go up yet, get up to talk, and he's just holding his flag up.
or kill us.
I gotta.
They're laughing, but that's happened recently.
I've gotten a pumpkin thrown on my head by a crackhead.
Crackhead ran up to him on stream and almost
died.
Almost
Because he
decapitated
quoted
him
his
when he
thoughts.
was-
Yeah.
Round 4, Silky Silky is a high energy IRL GTA 5 streamer. A GTA 5 streamer, I mean, come on. Known for reactive, interactive streams alongside FaZe members on Twitch. He has 866,000 followers, averages roughly 8,000 to 22,000 viewers per stream. During events like sometimes peaked at 60K in peak moments. I mean, he is a GTA streamer, but he's not just a GTA streamer.
My name is Thelma. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. I am very
He's not gonna cook the queen. He's not gonna cook her.
occupational. My last job, I worked as a librarian with elementary school children.
So
I have been an executive secretary, legal.
very quiet, peaceful.
Yes, yes, all that. You know, because it's who you are. That you know, we create social media all the time because that's what we are. We're 9-to-5ers, and we interact and have energy with people. Where I don't think that you guys have that.
Whoa. She just explained exactly what a streamer does and says, I don't think you guys have that. We got to be interactive and high energy. That's the life of a streamer.
Have energy with people. Where I don't think that you guys have that.
Oh, auntie. Damn.
You have false energy because you're across the screen. You're not interacting with people like we do.
So what are we doing right now?
Interacting?
What are we doing right now?
You're doing it now because we're doing a video.
Wait, isn't she debating for us? That's making it harder for us.
Do you know that there's millions of people?
Now I'm not gonna have all y'all gang up on me.
There's millions of people who watch the video and
Yes.
save lives every day.
Yes.
Probably more than doctors.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's people that literally stay alive because they want to watch our videos.
You know about going out and to the clubs at night, staying out till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, trying to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
That's the biggest argument is that they can work on their own time, but so can like any CEO, any owner of their business. But
the clubs at night,
Not
staying
any
out
CEO,
till 2,
not
3
like-
o'clock in the morning.
That's the
trying to
biggest
get
thing,
up
though,
at
is the
6
time.
o'clock in the morning so you can get dressed.
So you was
to
having
get-
fun.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so
So, what I'm saying is like you guys
Hell
don't do the interaction. You don't touch people like this.
okay. Now,
whoa,
Shit's going on.
you go to the club, you get to put some shades on, and you go by your day to work. We can't do that because we have thousands of people.
But is
You're
that
drunk,
your choice?
You're high. You're
But is
hungover.
that
Just
your
get off
choice?
screen. We don't want to see you like this.
But is that your choice?
We don't like you like this. Why are you doing this?
But is that your choice? You
What do you
chose that. You chose this
No,
life.
that's the thing. We can't. We
And
can't
that's what's
do what
happening
you do.
now. That's what's happening now with the whole world. It's a total disconnect. When you have a 9-to-5, you dealing with people. You touching people's heart, soul,
Okay.
mind. No, you are not.
Do you know how many bands we meet a day?
I think. Look, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, and I respect what you do.
Do you
because
watch
I
any
think,
entertainment?
Oh my
Of
God.
course, I watch.
So do
entertainment.
you
I
ever-
got kids.
wait,
I got grandkids.
Do you ever laugh? Do you ever laugh?
Of course, I laugh.
So then they
We're
interaction with
touching
you.
them.
But the interaction is
Did
not
it make
real.
you feel better?
When I'm
Did it
watching
make you- wait, did it make you feel better?
Then what make me feel
Have you
better?
ever
It all
watched-
depends on
have you ever been
it all
entertained?
depends- it
Have you
all
ever been
depends
entertained and
on
been like,
what's coming.
oh, I feel good?
Some of it is
I got a
fake.
banger right now.
Some of it is
You
fake.
see, you're not answering.
So
that.
now let me.
Okay, well let me answer because I'm debating him.
Okay, yeah.
But go ahead.
Right after this, I got you. Right
Okay,
now.
all
Go
right,
ahead.
come on. Let's
So
get-
when you're entertained, have you ever felt like your day was better if you watched something? You've never felt like that?
yeah, sure.
So what's the difference with us?
The difference with you is that you guys do this 24/7. That's all you do.
Yeah.
You know, you just like you. Wait a minute.
She's not having good she's having good arguments, and then I don't know, she's losing it.
Oh, I can't even go out with my girlfriend, or I can't even go out in public.
That's right.
I can go out in public and be seen.
So it's
You know what?
easier.
I'm a very social.
But you're not arguing a job. You're arguing the repercussions of the job or like your status. That's it. That's
public
it.
and be seen.
So it's
You know what?
easier.
You're arguing status,
I'm a very
not your job.
social. I'm a very social person. I'm very popular in where I do and where I am. I do social media.
I'm saying what we do has not affected people. It's not real. How come when I go out in public and I meet someone and they're like, oh my God, wait, I loved your videos growing up. You were my childhood. I used to watch you
Or their
every
hands
single
shaking,
day.
their hands shaking.
Like, you were my child. You know how like we grew up watching Disney Channel?
Yep.
I've had kids
Ben
come
10.
up hundreds of times throughout years of my life, have kids come up to me and say these things. So
Okay.
He didn't even say it. I thought he had a big argument.
I'm Robbie. I'm a server at an Italian restaurant.
Come on, bro. Life's easy.
Oh, that's not fair.
He has the same menu, makes the same food every day, bro.
First thing I'm gonna say is nobody's gonna say being a nurse isn't hard, because my aunt was. That is the
My
most
mom
difficult
was.
shit. How are you gonna disrespect your mom like
No,
that,
she
dude?
is right now.
You're gonna disrespect
She
your
loves
mom
it.
and say that your work is harder?
She tells
That
me
is
it's
so rude,
Nigga,
honestly.
She works,
Tells me it's
she works at
easy.
2 hospitals.
Let me ask you something.
She said it's mad easy. She can work at 2 hospitals.
Damn, Silky's mom working a double? Come on, with grills in your mouth, Silk? Come on.
So rude,
Nigga,
honestly.
She works 2 of them.
Okay,
She works at 2 hospitals.
Let me ask you something.
She said it's mad easy. She can work at 2 hospitals.
No disrespect, but what you do, I'm not your target audience. So break it down for me, because I don't even get it.
Then why is he here? Like, why are you arguing then?
Oh my God.
Let me ask you something.
You just said I'm not your target audience because I'm black. That's what you just said. You don't want to watch me because I'm black. And this is what I'm talking about. It's harder.
He has to get judged every
I gotta get judged every day. Everybody thinks I'm a hoodlum. I'm a nice guy.
He's a jolly dude.
I can't get a job because I got tats. I used to work at Costco's. I had the greatest 401k granted to me. That means that when I retire, I get the biggest stipend of my life. Do you know I could just sit there and just meat pack all day just to really realize that, what, maybe 20 years I'm gonna be sitting on millions because I worked at Costco's?
Yeah, Will.
Okay.
I didn't have to interact with nobody, just packing meat.
Yeah, Will.
Come on, bro.
Is what you do fun?
I mean,
Do you enjoy what you do?
if I make it fun,
Do you make it fun?
I could make it fun.
Yes or no, is what you do fun?
Not everything's fun.
What isn't fun? Break it down for me. What do you do in a day? We'll swap stories. What do you do in a day?
Okay, so it's very stressful, right?
Not fun at all. Because this dude was talking for 20 minutes about playing video games.
Whoa. It sounds like you're jealous, I'm not gonna lie. But
You're on his diesel.
okay, so look, right?
So I'm jealous of a harder job.
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
That was sarcasm. You didn't read it. No, I'd like to.
No, listen. Listen to the time that I wake
guy's
up.
about
I
to get
wake
emotional.
up maybe 3, 4 p.m. Know what I'm saying? I'm already drowsy because I just smoked the night before. You know why I got to smoke? Because I just deal with thousands of people. I don't even like people. I got to deal with thousands of them.
No, let him
stay. You gonna stay for this, right?
Wait, but you still haven't described what you've done other than smoking
but-
pot and waking up at 4.
Okay, waking up at 4 p.m., right? Now wake up, I gotta brush my
guy's
teeth,
loving
right?
it.
Gotta make sure, cause I got a lot of comments. Now, you know, he don't brush his grills. What does his real teeth look like? I gotta make sure that my yeah.
He got Chanel earrings like a bad bitch.
And there's girls in his chat.
Make sure that my yeah.
He got Chanel earrings like a bad bitch.
And there's girls in his chat
Like
too
a bad
sometimes. So,
Yeah,
you know.
this, you know what I'm saying?
See him.
I gotta make sure I'm freshly saving. I'm not saving for this video. I already know what's gonna happen. It's about to be negative comments. Yo, shave that little scruffy shit on your face. Cool.
Silky got fat.
Now I have to game Marvel Rivals for probably 1 to 2 hours before stream. You know why? Because I don't get to game it for after work. Like I could just game it after work, bro.
No
I
energy.
can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't just do that, right? After I do that, now I gotta sit here and plan with somebody what I'm gonna do for the stream today. Oh, looks like we got no content. All right, let's see if we could just scroll
Guess
something
what?
around.
No content, no money.
No content, no money. Now look, probably by 8 or 9 p.m., I'm still probably thinking I gotta do something for stream. My mind is fried.
You know what's crazy?
My mind is-
9 p.m. for
He's trolling because on stream he says a 9 to 5 is way harder than what he does.
him. Oh, I did
He's
my work
trolling
today.
for the video.
I did my work today.
You took the same boss already.
You're going to sleep.
What?
Do I don't want to hog the space here too much, but
No.
do you know the expression "give a man enough rope"?
You're losing me.
Kill
No,
himself?
I don't know this. I don't know.
Yeah, basically, you're talking yourself into a hole, man. Okay, my turn. I'll be brief.
Wait, give a man a rope.
What is he?
Wait,
It means-
is that racist?
Wow.
Get this racist
Play
out
that
here!
card.
He has no social cues. Oh, you're back?
Babe, I want to say to you,
Rhonda.
I'm your black auntie.
Yeah,
That's what I
okay.
want to say.
Uh-huh.
You say you don't like people. It's all about relationships that you got with people. So when you say shit like that, do you really mean that?
Do I not like people?
You said,
I'm an
you
introvert.
said,
I'd rather be in my own space. I'd rather be by myself.
and that's okay. But what is it that you're doing that's helping other people?
What am I doing?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
saving lives. I'm a superhero.
He's a hero.
I'm a superhero, no cake.
Method Man. Method Man. Round 5, Jason. Jason is a fast-rising Twitch streamer known for energetic energetic gaming, IRL streams, and comedic content. Since joining FaZe in April 2024, he's amassed around 1.4 million Twitch followers, peaked at 100K plus subscribers during a subathon, and was briefly the second most subscribed streamer on all of Twitch.
Uh-oh, here you go.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You look great. You look
That's
great.
right. I'm Thelma again.
I believe 9 to 5 is harder. I mean, fuck.
See, bro, most of them believe a 9 to 5 is harder. But I think Lacey, maybe Ron, I think Lacey and Ron actually believe streaming is harder. But they never had oh, no, but Lacey did. But the rest of them are like trolling. That might not be.
I think streaming is so much harder. Why are you doing it?
I
Way more
can't
money.
have a public relationship because of the public eye and how they judge my relationship.
arguing
I had
status
to break
again.
up with a girlfriend that I loved so dearly because I chose streaming.
So my question.
Nah,
again,
I loved her.
My question.
I loved her, and you're laughing.
My question again. My question. If you think it's so much harder, why are you doing it?
Because I'm passionate about it.
Okay, so you love it. You love streaming. So do you love it more than you loved that girlfriend?
That's what I had to decide.
Oh.
I had to make
Yeah.
sacrifice, and
So
that's
you-
what you have to
so
do.
you lost
with
the
streaming.
human touch.
But guess what? If I had a 9 to 5,
lost the human
if I
touch
was flipping burgers,
for-
I could have had a girlfriend still.
But you lost the human touch for the streaming.
Being a streamer, you have to be judged.
I don't
on
like how he's saying flipping burgers every time he refers to a job. Him and Ron.
still.
But you lost the human touch.
It's like
for the
disrespecting them.
Being a streamer, you have to be judged on thousands of people's opinions every single day. 9 to 5 person, maybe one,
But,
2, 3.
okay, and then back to my point, is that your choice? Was that your choice?
That's not the point, though. The point
No,
is
that's my point. That's my point.
streaming is harder
Was
than 9 to 5.
that,
That's the point.
you gave up your girlfriend for streaming. Come on
Exactly.
now.
Shit, he ran up a
Exactly.
bag. He ran up a
I
bag.
ain't gonna lie, I
He did it for a bag.
But the thing is, it comes to a point. Do I pick love and a future with someone I care dearly for? Or do I pick
Something that I
future
love.
for something that I'm passionate about and motion? I pick motion.
I pick motion. These guys are trolling, bro.
I'm Lala Costa.
Lala Costa? Yes. Amazing.
Lala Costa.
I'm an attorney.
She makes a percent off people's fuck ups. I like that.
If you had an opportunity to get a 9 to 5 that you could create yourself, like whatever you want,
Yes,
9
I
to
would.
5, you would take it?
Yes.
Because why?
Because I don't even enjoy streaming anymore.
You don't? What? Come to this side.
No, but I have to because this is what I built my career off of. I
You
started.
feel stuck.
I feel stuck, yeah.
Have you ever watched
Yeah.
a show and you stopped watching it? Have you ever watched a show and you were like,
All the time.
it's the same thing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have to.
That
I
TV
have to-
show can't. It's done. What happens to all those actors?
It's
after that?
canceled
They gotta
because I
go to-
stopped watching?
Well, no. I'm
Yes.
saying if thousands
Baby,
of
stop.
thousands of you
Honey.
stop watching.
I think you guys are mixing all
Yeah,
the issues.
Cartoon Network. It's like
and
they
not
got millions of
focusing
people.
on-
You guys know what Cartoon Network is?
If your
It's
father
gone.
would stop, would you come up with a different brand then?
All those people are gone. Yeah, but pivot. That's the point.
Damn, did she even get to argue? Did she even get to argue? Well, round 6, Swag. In September 2022, Swag signed an exclusive streaming contract with YouTube Gaming, becoming the first FaZe Clan member to do so. During his tenure on YouTube, Swag achieved significant milestones, including a record-setting 80 kills in a single Warzone match, alongside fellow Nuke Squad members. He broke into the top 250 in Warzone 3 ranked. His clinched up. Okay, they fucked up, not me. He's clinched a pivotal victory in the WSOW qualifier, securing him $1 million purse with his loadout strategy. Damn, I didn't know that. I didn't know he actually competed. Damn, she was waiting for him.
I'm a professional model, but
Okay.
I've worked.
That's like the same industry.
I was a gamer too.
I just think personally, like,
not
I
really.
agree with Jason that I think streaming does take a certain more
Stop.
than a 9 to 5, and I also think everybody in here, right? If you guys all try to be a streamer, right, and then we all try to do what you guys do,
You get L's in your chat.
the probability of everybody here trying to be an attorney is way higher than somebody making streaming a career.
Oh, that's facts.
Absolutely, your job is you just got lucky because you're a gamer.
I agree with that. It's harder to make it, not harder to do and maintain. Not maintain. It's not a harder job, but it's hard to make it. I don't know. That's like the same thing. Like I wanted to be a professional baseball player my whole life. I feel like that would be way easier than streaming to do, but of course it's way harder to make than going to go apply at a job.
Absolutely, your job is you just got lucky because you're a gamer. You got lucky. There's so many people
I was
like you
was
out
talented.
there.
It wasn't
These
pure
days,
luck.
everybody's an influencer. Come on.
No. But
So many.
hold on. But specifically, what I do, I'm not posting selfies around the world. It's basically all pure talent.
Wait,
Okay.
Can I just why is he lucky? Why do we all get lucky though?
What is your talent?
It's a little bit of
Call
luck.
of Duty. I was a professional Call of Duty player, like actual the
So you were
gaming.
sitting at home and you're thinking, what am I going to do with my life while you were gaming? You're like, oh, let's put a
I was
camera.
16, so it wasn't really like
yeah,
that.
you weren't really thinking of what should I do with my life, like
I
what should
came
I
to-
study, what should I like, where does my life go? You just got lucky.
It's not luck. It's
because
just he's determined. He knows that's the only route.
He didn't get lucky. He put in hours.
Yeah, no.
That's
yeah,
what
it,
we
it,
do
wa-
too.
Yeah,
We go
yeah,
to
it
school,
wasn't
we
luck.
study.
Everybody's a little bit of luck. I think people who don't have a job, they feel they want to get lucky by getting a job. So I think people even having a job is some sort of luck.
He said, how many people of us could do this? No, it's luck. It's 1 of a million because for whatever
How is
reason.
that luck? If 1 out of a million, that one has to be the best. So how are you going to dismiss
Is
all
he
of his
the
hard
best?
work and all of his
Is he the
talent?
best?
I got
Is
four.
he-
I got
No,
four.
no,
last
but
year. No. Let me give my statistics. There was over 300,000 people that played Warzone last year. This is the game that I play.
Okay.
I got 4th. So I was a top 12 player across the entire world.
And you're telling
That's
him
like-
you're
That's not luck.
Yeah.
That's
like
pure.
less than
That's pure
1%.
skill.
So you're dismissing, is Michael Jordan lucky?
That's a good argument. That's a good argument.
That's
like
pure.
less than
That's pure
1%.
skill.
So you're dismissing.
See, that's exactly my analogy I made into being a baseball player. Come on.
Michael Jordan lucky? Is LeBron James lucky?
Yes.
Are they lucky?
I mean,
No, they
have
work.
a talent. They have
They
a
work.
talent.
They had a
but
team.
as-
So what
you
he
know
did-
how many
he's
talented people out there
saying.
and
It's
don't
a
get
skill.
the chance, they don't get the shot at it?
I don't want to take up his time. So he's not talented?
No, that's not.
No, so okay, so she basically said that yes. She just doubled down and said yes, Michael Jordan was a little bit lucky.
Chance, they don't get the shot at it?
I don't want to take up his time.
There's a
So
Michael
he's
Jordan
not
out there that didn't get a chance.
Talented?
Okay,
No, that's not what I'm saying. Not
That's
at
what
all.
you just said.
that could
No.
be facts.
What he did to
I
get
said
to where
a
he
lot
is.
of people are talented don't get the shot to do what he does.
Or people who
So
make it
it's
to the
luck.
NBA.
But I didn't even get a shot. It was I did it off the strength of me. There was no one who gave me a shot or anything like that. I simply was just. You dead ass?
Yo, you being serious?
Why you laughing?
Why they laughing, bro?
It's not luck. I've been doing this for 13 years. I uploaded 3,000 videos. 2,000 was I edited myself while I went to college, worked a job, and still went to school.
Okay. Is he trolling though? Does he really believe that streaming is harder? Because if he does, I mean, he gotta. Whatever point he makes is valid.
Myself while I went to college, worked a job, and still went to school.
And yeah,
So that's not. I mean, if that's
No,
fucking,
stand on it, stand on it.
if that's luck,
Where's the luck at in that equation?
Again,
is there a percentage? We are all lucky in some way, right? If we all have a job, we're lucky in some sort of way. But
God bless.
off of specifically
God
pure
bless.
talent. And I worked on that since I was 16.
again, I work with many talented people. I'm not saying about you. I'm
Yeah.
just talking in general.
We're lucky to be alive.
And there's so many people that are very talented, never get a shot because they don't do the right thing. They don't go the right path. They don't meet the right people.
Then that's not luck. You're helping him out,
Very talented,
lady.
never get a shot because they don't do the right thing. They don't go
Because
the
they
right
didn't
path.
do
They
the
don't
right
meet the
thing.
right people. So there are so many even talented actors here. They never get a shot. So I'm just saying it's pure luck.
It wasn't luck. I just saw an opportunity
Pure
and just genuinely
luck
took
is
it.
crazy.
It
Like,
wasn't a
pure
handout.
luck.
It was simply just, you know what?
Saying it's all luck.
I'm talented
not
at Call of Duty.
you.
This is what I want to do. It took me 8 years to make it a career. Is there something funny?
It's a freaking video game.
It's a talent.
Permission to
That he ended up making into $1 million business. That's.
It's a freaking video game.
Then hop on the video game.
It's a talent.
permission to dick ride? Hey, he's made tens of millions of dollars playing video games, so.
Exactly, that's that privilege. That's that privilege.
But I'm saying though, you couldn't hop on a game and
couldn't
do
do
what
it.
I do.
You couldn't do
That's
it.
a skill.
Your son couldn't do it. Your grandkids couldn't do it.
Some people
Your
can't.
son's grandkids could never do it.
Damn.
Anything that takes a talent.
The genes are done. They can't do it. They can't.
How many hours
can't.
a day did you spend?
When I was younger?
Yeah, when you were younger, dude.
Oh, I would wake up 3 hours before school. So I wake up at 4 a.m. and I would play before school. Bus would come at 7. I go to home, come back, and do it again. I was 16. What's funny?
See, there's a disconnect here, because to you guys, when you guys were growing up, yes, it was just video games, it was whatever. But when we were coming up, we're like, wait, maybe we can make this career. Maybe if we get good enough
I just farted crazy.
at it and we create.
Do you not
good
think
enough
do you not
content,
think if you're talented at something,
maybe.
it's a God-given gift?
Video games is not like.
You don't think you don't think it's talent.
You're just too old to understand.
That's
Oh shit! Here comes the age.
I can't argue that because
There's the word.
Y'all could
I
never
gotta
play
keep it a-
FNCS either. It's
I
the
gotta
same
keep
shit.
it a buck. There's a disconnect.
Same
You come
shit.
from a generation where this didn't exist. This career, you looked at this career and you laughed. Now, how come in colleges they're teaching courses on content creation and esports?
Oh.
When you grew up, this didn't exist. So no wonder you're gonna laugh when you hear this shit because you're
Damn.
from
Okay, he's actually passionate.
a completely different generation. You just don't get it, and I don't know if you ever will be able to wrap your head around.
Oh.
and it's fun. But it's like
And that's
again, it's
okay.
Oh, you gotta
That's
fight
fine.
back.
That's
You gotta
okay.
fight back. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice meeting you.
He fried her. He fried her. That's true.
I'm Ronnie.
Ronnie, nice to meet
This
you.
past,
My name's Ronnie.
She's
you were talking
unemployed.
about job security. Are you familiar with layoffs, with being furloughed? Like taking
We
it back
fall
to
off.
that's being what? What does that even mean?
You lose everything. Every dollar.
everything. That's the
Everything.
same-
You lose
it's the
everything.
Okay, and then you can rebuild yourself back. You
The same way
reinvent.
you can do if you get laid off. You get a
Yeah,
job.
that's it's
Oh, and-
it's kind
okay.
of is it not the same concept? Like
I don't know. Back in 2020, when everybody was getting furloughed, everybody was like, "Oh, let me go to social media. That's kind of an easy alternative." So that seems kind of easy.
I know,
And
but
then-
I know, but if you lose a job, you can't.
just get another
No,
one?
you can search for. You have an opportunity to search for another one. No?
Okay, I've been searching.
And get it if you mess up, you get banned, and then it's really all gone. You gotta.
You just get another
No,
one?
you can search for. You have an opportunity to search for another one. No?
Okay, I've been searching for another one for 10 months. I interview every day, give the same spiel, have to give that smile of walking through my
I uploaded
resume.
videos for 7 years and barely got any views.
And did you wait? You uploaded 7 videos and didn't get any views
went to school, and still.
and paid rent.
Yes, I still worked. I worked
Oh, so that you had another job?
as a parking attendant. Yes.
Okay, and was that harder
Then what?
than streaming?
No, I was on my phone all the time.
Oh, as a parking attendant, that doesn't sound like you were doing a very good job.
I was chilling.
You were chilling. You weren't good at
Wait,
your
he's
job.
waiting for.
Yeah, when cars park, they're done. Like it doesn't.
Okay.
I don't have to.
Well, that's
I'm not security.
that's
I just
a
go.
one
I
nine
go like
to
this. I go
five.
like this. Yo, right there. I bet. Do you think an aspect of a video game, playing video games, is a talent?
I would say it's a skill. I wouldn't call it a talent. You can master it with,
Ooh,
sorry,
but people
my
play.
next.
Millions play video games, but there are very few people who are genuinely gifted at it.
Gifted? What are they, Mozart?
How is it not a talent?
Hand-eye coordination, and all that shit. That's gift.
Genuinely gifted at it.
Gifted? What are they, Mozart?
How is it not a talent? Why is it not a talent what he does?
You know what? I'm open to it being a talent. I think it's a skill. I think it's something you can master. I don't think you're a Mozart that you have this gift of like, whoa, when I put my thumb here and this thumb there and do this combo, I do this
You'd be
flip.
surprised. I mean, there's people out there who are genuinely.
Why is he
Like they
doing
have their opposable
Why
thumbs.
is, he,
Like,
why is he doing the period in the back? Come on, you're 16.
so good.
And
It's
the
like
male.
saying, here's a paintbrush, go paint me Picasso.
Yeah, that's
like,
what? I'm
what?
saying this is so hard. If there's certain games that have $1 million prize pools, if there's a skill you could just learn and you're looking for a job for 10 months,
Go pick up a controller and go hop in this $1 million tournament and win it.
You
couldn't
win it. You couldn't. You couldn't.
Perhaps.
You wouldn't even. You couldn't. You couldn't.
You
You
wouldn't
couldn't.
qualify.
You couldn't.
What do you mean I wouldn't
You can't even find your OBS stream key. Stop playing.
I need to work for it, but
So like, but you're dismissing what he does. You're just dismissing. Like,
I'm not
oh,
dismissing. I'm saying
it's
that's
not a
easy.
skill. It's not a talent.
I
Like,
said it's a skill.
it's
I didn't
easy.
say it's a talent. I said it's a skill. It's a skill that
But
you can
how
hone
do
and
you
can
know?
master.
How do you know if it's easy if you haven't done it? Like if you
I
don't.
played Mario Kart. I've played other games.
Not a professional level though.
No, not a professional level because that's not what I'm trying to pursue.
I know, but you don't understand what it takes to be on that sort of level. So how can you try to dismiss it and say it's yours is harder?
What
How
is-
do you know?
what
How
does
do
it
you
take
know?
to be on that
Because
level?
I've worked at 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So
What does it take to be on that level?
Just gift, and you got to play all
Just
the time.
gift?
Tens of thousands of hours of work and editing and filming and constantly
I'm just
having
talking
to
about pure
innovate and
skill. As far as like the
reinvent
videos and stuff like that, just off pure skill.
I had to
did-
put tens of thousands of hours
Could you get a
into my
refresh second
studies.
zone tarping? Could you?
I have no idea what you said.
Could you get a refresh going into second zone with no mats? Can you get a refresh on the best players? You
I
couldn't.
can also put. I can circle back and give
Do
you
you know how to
different
short
terms
launch pad?
from
When
my
you're trying to get to third
industries.
zone, third moving. Do you
I
know how to
don't know
short?
what- No, I don't. But if I
Exactly,
want,
you couldn't, but Excel sheet, you could do Excel sheet.
no, but exactly. I
They're
can
just
throw-
talking. They're just talking game.
These
with
refreshes
As a
don't come to
babysitter,
you.
I can talk to you about the different things I do and ask you, could you do that? No, but if you wanted to, you would.
If us four
Put on brace.
took 3 days, you don't think we can master an Excel sheet?
Oh,
But let me give you. If I give you 3 days about a video game, do you think you could be that talented as me?
if I wanted to, I would.
Nah,
So let-
nah, okay, yeah, nah. She's one of those I'm never wrong girls.
So let's pay for her, whatever it is.
Pay,
Give you 3
please.
days,
Is
but
she
if
a
you
king
lose,
with
you
her?
got to give us it back in double.
No, that's not
Oh,
how
what
the job works.
happened?
You pay me,
What
I'll get the job
happened?
done.
Each 9 to 5 worker will now give their final thoughts on if streaming is actually more difficult.
I would say, in a sense, yes, because you have to put in the work and you got to be on 24/7.
It's difficult to answer that question for us, I think, because we didn't come up in this time frame, in this era. So, and technology is totally different now.
Damn, no
'cause
PBM. I just realized no PBM.
we were just
I've heard
talking about
Soki
playing
go, and
tic-tac-toe
Lacey.
on the sidewalk with cop. I appreciate and respect what they do, and I think that's the consensus for most of us, that we appreciate and respect where they are. But it's not, what we did was, we just feel like what we did was harder. And that's what I think.
So my mind was changed in the sense that now I'm even more convinced that normal jobs are harder.
They only ask 3 people. Okay, my stance. 9 to 5s is way harder. Streaming is the dream job. Could just be for me because I'm passionate about it. That's what I want to do. But yeah, and it's the main point for me. It's as simple as don't set a time for me. Tell me I don't want you to. Yeah, no. You're not telling me 7 every morning, and I want to go 7 every morning. I'm just gonna. Yeah, nah. I'd rather just wake up when I wake up. Boom, stream. Whenever I wake up. Like that simple. I hate the morning that much. But yeah, good video. Oh. But yeah, shit. That was a good video. I thought he was gonna do numbers. What's it at right now? 90K in 6 hours, probably at 100K by now. Yeah, it didn't move. Okay. Oh, it was already updated. All right.